kids, so it's Fiona. I hope you're all okay at home. Oh, I hope you're not too bored. So I'm making this video for you guys in the hope that you will do your yoga practice still. Please don't make your parents join in if they don't want to. And parents, if you are going to join in, just be really careful because kids are a lot more flexible than parents. So kids, we're going to start the way we always start. So we're going to lie on our backs whenever you're ready. Take your time. Oh, well done. And just take a moment to rest your hands onto your belly. And as you rest your hands onto your belly, just try to allow your belly to press out as you inhale. Allow your belly to gently fall away from your hands as you exhale. Continuing on with 2 or 3 more rounds of breathing in, your belly expands. And breathing out, your belly gets smaller, gently moving away from your hands. Last time on your own. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to just gently reawaken by wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. And then you're going to bend your knees and bring them all the way in. And then see then if you can from here, press your hands and feet all the way up towards the sky for the still bug. And then you're going to bend your elbows and your knees for the struggling bug. Press your hands and feet all the way up for the still bug. Bend your elbows and your knees for the struggling bug. Press your hands and feet all the way up for the still bug. Bend your knees, bring them all the way in, cross your feet, one foot over the other. Take your hands, hold the sides of your feet, and then you're just trying rock and roll. So you rock forwards and backwards 2 to 3 times. But as always, remember, if something is sore, then you don't have to do it. Once you're all the way upright, then you're going to make yourself comfortable. Any cross-legged position that works for you. As you gently bring your hands together, remember there's no clapping. And then we're going to reach our log. Suas, shias, amak, ischak, suas, shias, amak, ischak, suas, shias, amak, ischak, suas. Did I get anyone out? We take our hands all the way to one side, and then all the way to the other side, all the way to one side, and then all the way to the other side. Then we're going to bring our hands all the way together. Bring our hands towards our heart. Work your fingers onto your shoulders and slowly roll your shoulders and your elbows forward, and then ever so gently rolling your shoulders and your elbows backwards. Press your hands all the way out to the side. Bring your hands together, raise them up. Pull your hands in towards your heart, bring your hands behind, and then you're uncrossing your legs, stretching your legs all the way out in front of you. Give your toes a bit of a wiggle, and then see if you can wiggle your toes and circle your ankles all at the same time. Same in the opposite direction, and then if you can, you're going to point your toes away, and then draw your toes all the way back. Point your toes away, and then draw your toes all the way back. Point them away, and then draw them all the way back. And then see, can you bend everything, bring everything in. And then it's a struck, bring everything in, a mock, oh, a mock, a struck, you got it wrong, a mock, a struck, a mock, a struck, a mock, a struck, well done. And then you're opening your knees all the way away from each other, interlacing your fingers, holding onto your toes, sitting up nice and tall as you allow your knees to gently flap in and out for the butterfly, well done. And then from your butterfly, see, can you be still, and then can you reach one heel forward, and then the other, until you crawl yourself all the way forward to the front of your mat. Once you've come all the way forward, if you have a mat that is, you can do it on the floor as well. Then you might like to lift your heels, and then you're going to rock back and fly your butterfly, taking your legs out nice and wide. Then you slowly roll forward. One more time, can you rock back and fly your butterfly? And then roll all the way forward. And then you're going to cross your feet any way that's comfortable. Launch your hands in front, uncross your feet, and bring yourself all the way into child's pose. And pause in there for just a moment. And then when you're ready, press down into your hands, straighten your elbows, lift all the way up into all fours. Hands are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath hips, spread your fingers, and then push into your hands, round your upper back upwards, angry cat, reverse it. Heart and head moves down and forward for happy cat. Press down, lift into angry cat. Slowly release and let go into happy cat. And then from there, can you wag your tail gently from side to side? And then after you've wagged your tail gently from side to side, now can you begin to gently bring your cat to the disco. So disco dancing cat. And then we change and we go in the opposite direction. Well done. And as soon as you're finished, then you're finding stillness. You're going to grip the mat with your toes, walk your hands back towards your knees, raise your knees up off the floor. Now, you know you're allowed to have your hands on the mat if you like, or you can place your hands onto your knees and begin to straighten up your spine a little bit. Remember, this is our bird walk. We're not coming off our mat, we're staying in our own space as we step 1 foot forward and then the other. 1 foot forward and then the other, and then you know the one that's hard. Can you reverse it? Oh, Step one foot back without falling on your asana. Whoop, and then the other one back. Whoop, and then the other one back. Well done. And then you're all the way at the back of your mat. You're going to drop your knees to the floor. Lift your hips away from your heels. Hands onto your hips and step one leg all the way out in front of you. Press your hands out in front and wiggle your fingers. Sweep your hands down and back. Bend your elbows, arms out. Are you ready? Remember, when you're going in your airplane, you want to take off nice and smoothly. So grip with your back toes. Are we ready? Oh, put the weight into the front foot. Begin to lift the back knee. And then see, can you move your weight forward, but try not to fall. Nice and smooth. Then work your back toes, your back knee to the floor. Bring your hands together. Raise your arms up, hands towards your heart. Take your hands onto your hips, both knees together, and then step your other leg in front. Same again, press your hands in front, wiggle your fingers, and sweep your hands down and back. Bend your elbows, arms press out, pause. Oh, are you ready? Remember, your airplane wants to be smooth, so grip with your back toes. Begin to raise your back knee, move your weight forwards into your front foot, and then lift your back foot off the mat. Nice and smooth, don't crash your airplane. And then work your toes and your knee to the floor. Bring your hands together, raise your arms up, hands towards your heart. Both your knees come together, release your bottom to the floor. Then swing your hands to one side, swing your legs to the other side. Sweep your hands all the way over to the opposite side and try to keep your face forward as you swing your legs all the way behind you. Once you come all the way to lying on your belly, you're going to take your hands and rest them, one hand on top of the other. Let your jelly belly wiggle out against the mat. And then when you're ready, try to be nice and still like a statue. So you're not moving. The only thing that's moving is your belly. As you gently breathe in and as you gently breathe out. And then you're going to take your time then to peel your forehead away from your hands. Can you work your elbows underneath your shoulders? Can you spread your fingers nice and wide? And then we're going to start just allowing your head and shoulders to move from side to side. And we all know what this is, don't we? And we're going to see, can we do a little circle for our disco snake? And then we're circling in the opposite direction. Remember, we're keeping our elbows down and we're being nice and careful with our spine. Well done. And then eventually our snake is so tired that your elbows go out to the side and you rest your head all the way back down on top of your hands again. Pausing there. And then if you can, you're going to bring your heels all the way in as you lift your forehead. And then just allow your feet to gently go from side to side. So you've got the window wipers of your car. Is it raining today? Not yet anyway. Hopefully you'll be able to get outside later on for a while. And then from here, you're bringing your heels in and out. So just see how you go. And then eventually bring your heels all the way in towards your bottom. Reach your hands back and hold on to the tops of your feet. Try to draw your shoulders down and back. Can you begin to lift your knees and your thighs? Make sure that it's not uncomfortable. Can you still breathe and sing a song as you begin to lift your heart and your chest? And this is our B-O-W bow pose. Then we're going to release our thighs, our knees, our hands, our feet, and have a resting breath. And then from our resting breath, we're going to see now if it's possible for us to lift our forehead. Remember, we have to stay facing forward as we swing our hands to one side. Press all of our body weight into our hands and swing our legs away from our hands. So we come all the way back upright. And then see then if you can, ever so gently cross your feet. I hope you've been practicing. And then with or without the use of your hands, you're going to come all the way to standing. Very good. And then see, can you come all the way to sitting? So parents, be careful if you're trying that one. All the way up. And then this time we're going to stay all the way upright. We're going to uncross our feet. And we're going to bring ourselves all the way forward for the mountain pose. So take your time to have your hands in front of your heart, to close your eyes, to stand nice and tall, focusing on your breathing. And then when you're ready, see what it would feel like for you to gently begin to open your eyes. And as we gently begin to open our eyes, we try to take our feet a small bit wider, and then we're doing a gentle little tree pose. So if you can, all the weight goes into one foot, peel your other heel up, open your hip, knee and toe to the side, and then rest your foot on top of your other foot. And you can stay with this one, or you can reach your hands all the way up into the air, so you're like the Crann Nulloch, the Christmas tree. You're finding your balance there, well done. And then eventually, you're going to bring your hands all the way down in front of your heart. Slowly bring your foot back onto the mat, and then put all the weight into that one as you peel your other heel up. Open your hip, knee and toe to the side. Rest your foot in on top of your other one. And then possibly reach your hands all the way up into the air. Just finding your balance, pausing and breathing there. It's okay for the arms to move a little bit. Remember, trees, the branches wobble a small bit, right? But the trunk, you want to keep that nice and steady. Then you're going to bring your hands all the way towards your heart. And then see then, can you bring both of your feet onto the mat? And then it's hard to balance on one leg, so we've got to give ourselves a little wibbly wobbly, shake it all out. Well done. And then once you've shaken it all out, then see then if you can, ever so gently, take your time to show me 5 fingers, and we'll do our lovely haka. So when you've got your 5 fingers, we're saying you try again, so it's then we're going to stretch out through the stars, so open our hands and feet out away from each other. Then we're going to bend our elbows, bend your knees, we come down and we say straighten back up for the star. Bend your knees, put your fingers on the floor for the frog. We try that again, so we straighten back up for the star. We bend our elbows, bend our knees, we come down and we say straighten back up for the star. Bend your knees, put your fingers on the floor for the frog. And then can you step your little froggy feet together? Can you do 3 little froggy hops and stay on your mat? Be really careful if you're on the floor and you have no socks and you have socks on, so it's 1, 2, and 3. Well done. And then if you like, you can leave it at that. You can have your fingers down on the floor and just pause here for a moment. But for some of you, you might like to step your feet a small bit further back. Pull back with your fingers. Remember, you're like an angry cat. Bend your elbows back towards your knees. I'll come this way so you can see me better. And put your cushion in front of you if you need to. Yeah? And you're going to work your knees as high up your upper arms as you can. Allow your body weight to travel forward. Maybe one toe lifts up, maybe the other. Find your balance. Pausing and breathing. Release your toes. Release your heels. Release your bottom. Bring your knees all the way in towards your chest. Hold on to your shins. Peel your heels and your toes up. Finding a little balance there in the egg pose. And then from the egg, release your hands and your feet all the way back down. Open your feet so they come as wide as your hips. Roll the fronts of your shoulders forward. Turn your fingers forward, your feet forward. Press into your hands and feet and just hover your bottom. See now if you can, walk your crab forward. Whoop. And then reverse your crab. Do you know which is the right and the left? Because of course you always tell me crabs don't go forwards or backwards, they go side to side. So can you now walk your crab to the left? Whoop. And then all the way to the right. And then can you lift your crab up a little bit higher? Find your balance. And then slowly, slowly, slowly release your bottom all the way back down. Once you've allowed that to happen, then see, can you cross your feet, pick up your hands, interlace your fingers, rotate your wrists, well done. And then in the opposite direction, and then making a lovely wave for yourself. And then see now if you can, bring your hands in front of your heart. And once you've got your hands all the way in front of your heart, now see if you can, and this is for mostly your favourite part. So we cross our feet any way that's comfortable for us. We bring our hands together and then we're going to reach our hands all the way out in front of us. Open our hands all the other way. We're going to roll our shoulders in, catching our index finger and thumb. Back so the wrists come together. Fingers working towards our collarbones, elbows touch. Reach your arms forwards and tie. And then opening our hands all the other way from each other. Rolling our shoulders in, catching the index finger and thumb. Back so the wrists come together. Fingers in towards our belly. We draw all the way up towards our heart and then we offer. And we try it again. So we open all the way out. We roll our shoulders in, back so the wrists come together. Fingers working towards our collarbones, elbows touch. Reach your arms all the way up and then all the way out. Rolling our shoulders in, catching index finger and thumb back so the wrists together. Fingers working towards our belly. They draw all the way up towards our heart. And we're going to bring our hands together. Our thumbs in towards our heart. And then you're going to show me 5 fingers, 5 little fingers. Take the index finger of your other hand. You're going to see now, can you inhale up your thumb and then exhale down your thumb. Can you inhale up your index finger and exhale down, nice and slowly. Inhale up your middle finger and then exhale down. Inhale up your ring finger and then exhale all the way down. Inhale up your baby finger and then exhale all the way down. And then we're going to come to resting on our backs. You take your time. If you have a cushion, for your head to rest on, a blanket for your body, and we take a moment to be nice and still, closing our eyes and allowing our body just to relax. We rest our hands onto our bellies and try to feel the movement of our belly as we breathe. Our inhalation allows our belly to rise, and our exhalation allows our belly to fall. We just notice our body, our breath, and we try to allow ourselves to be still like a statue. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do here, to simply feel your body. To take a moment then to notice the centre of your chest, your heart space, and just feel all that lovely sensation of love spreading out of your heart all the way into the rest of your body, down into your torso, your legs and your feet, up into your brain, out into your arms and your fingers, and to know then that on the next exhalation this practice will complete, and you will very slowly and gently begin to reintroduce movement into fingers and toes, but try to keep your eyes closed as you bend your knees and bring them all the way in, and then gently roll to the right. If you know which side the right side is, press into your free arm, that's your left hand, to bring yourself all the way back upright. And once you're all the way up, you're going to cross your feet any way that's comfortable for your body. So you bring your hands together, remind yourself to sit up nice and tall. And if you can, you're going to bring your thumbs towards your forehead, so you have lovely thoughts. Towards your ears, so you hear lovely things. Your eyes, so you see lovely things. Your nose, so you smell lovely things. Your mouth, so you say and taste lovely things. And then your heart, so that you're always kind, first to yourself and then each other, as we offer each other Namaste.